Me. I just decided to come out. I was trying to see if I could get this. You can kind of see it, can't you, a little bit? I was trying to see if I can make this kind of show itself a little bit. I don't know. Kind of see it. It's the glow in the dark yarn. I thought I'd give it a minute and see. I know you have to charge it. Kind of, you can see it there a little bit. I thought I'd give it a minute and see if it actually does anything. I don't think it will. I've had it kind of hidden, and I thought, well, maybe Josh says you have to charge it, and I don't think it got enough charge. But I figured out I'd give it a second, but I don't think it is. So give me a minute, and I'll turn on the light. Ooh, here I am. Bright, right? Hopefully I won't get a bunch of bugs, but I'd figure I'd come out. I got my hair cut. My mom did it on Defloby the other day. I figured I'd come on, say hi before craziness. Hi, Richard. Craziness would kind of happen. We talked to Patty the other day, so I can tell you the news. The surprise that we had, because we waited for Christina and Patty to be on the phone, and they're going for one last ride. Hi, Mona. They're going for one last ride, and they're going for a horse trail ride together. Both Christina loves horses, and my aunt does, and my dad had a tremendous love for horses, and so they're going for one last trail ride. And if anybody feels led to contribute to any of that, the plane ticket, by the love of our community, was paid for. Any additional funds that anybody wants to, there's One Last Hug video. There's ways you could send anything if you so wish. Hi, Kristen. So wish if you wanted to, it would go to anything she wants to do while she's here, and then any extra money, of course, is going to go for her. Those that are new, my aunt was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and she is coming up here for one last visit and one last hug this week, so we get to spend time with her. And then she's going to see her other family, and then we'll just take one day by one day. She lives in Florida, so we live in Ohio. So she's coming up here, and we're excited to see her and give her that one last hug. And they're talking about hospice, so we're just kind of waiting for the shoe to kind of drop. But God's got it. That's all I have to say, right? I was really kind of proud of myself today. I mailed some things off. I mailed Alfonso his connection cake, so he'll be able to use that on his show. And we wanted to make sure we had cinnamon rolls. Walnut Creek, which is in the Amish country, has the best cinnamon rolls you will find. And we wanted to make sure Friday morning we had a little, Christina will be here, my daughter, she's spending the night. And I wanted to make sure we had some. So we had to get them from Walnut Creek, which is about 45 minutes to an hour from here. Hi, Jason. And so we really didn't want to drive all the way down there. I didn't want to spend the gas. I was really sore. And so we went to place locally that we usually go, and they didn't have them. So I called another place not too far from our home, and we went there. Well, when you first walk in, there's a whole row of goodies and pies and all that, and I bypassed that, went right to go get the Walnut Creeks, the cinnamon rolls. They were in the freezer. And then went to they have a whole deli, so you can get like a whole meal for like $7. So I got my mom a Salisbury steak and 2 sides. I got myself pulled pork, which was delicious. Everything's homemade. Green beans and coleslaw. And Josh loves the egg roll. Or not the egg roll, the crab cake they have there. So I got that for dinner. Came home, ate, and literally said, when I am in pain, I get cold chills. And I'm like, I'm getting them. And so I literally went to sleep, and I'm like, I'm just going to close my eyes. I slept for an hour. And I've just been really, really sore today. Really just, I explained it to, the way I kind of explain it is when you're dealing with stress on a normal level and you don't deal with fibromyalgia, it's, your body hurts all the time. But when you're dealing with stress, hi Crafty, when you're dealing with stress, oh, you're asking how's Miss Crafty. Say hi to her for us, Jason. It's kind of like you've seen those oceans where the Pacific and the Atlantic are trying to, hi Austin, trying to come together, and they don't. They never mix. That's kind of what stress and fibromyalgia does. They don't mix very well at all. And I've been really, really feeling it today. Yesterday, I'm hanging in there. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're also new here, I'm dealing with my aunt who has stage 4 liver and lung cancer, and it's progressed. So she is coming up here Thursday for kind of one last visit. So it's been difficult. Then we thought the AC was going to go out tonight because it was making this really loud noise. So I was like, oh, please, no, not the AC. We don't need that in the mix of everything. So I bypassed all of that at the store, and I literally came home. I had my dinner, and then I went and got my yogurt, and I made, with the York peppermint patty jello mix inside, I made that, and I put 2 tablespoons of what was it, of chocolate chips in it, mini chocolate chips, blended up really good. And that was delicious. And that was like, it got me through. It was great. I was like, okay, this is much more filling than actual mint chocolate chip ice cream from the store. And I ate that, and I took my medicine and went to sleep for a while. And did my body good. My body still hurts. I'm going to see my pain management doctor for my normal visit tomorrow. So I will let him know, if he asks me how I'm doing, I'll be very honest. Taking my medicine as I'm supposed to, but stress level and pain is a little heightened right now. And it's going to be. There's no way around it. I think of the airport next Thursday, and I just think, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Staying connected is how I'm going to do it first. All right, Austin, well, welcome. I hope you come back. Staying connected first is going to be the way I'm going to do it, because you're not going to do it any other way. And just resting and enjoying every moment and just getting through. And I think knowing it's going to be hard. There's not a way for it not to be hard. And then I recorded a video because I am participating in Fall Fest 24. Hi, Carry On. If you go on to Gail Southern Living, she's doing that for any channel that wants to collaborate with her. So I was really important that I got that video out and done and uploaded, so I don't have to deal with it, after Patty leaves. So I got that done yesterday, and I got that letter finally written. I went to the post office today. I went, love you and goodbye, and the rest is up to you. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. So, and old can be very wise. There's nothing wrong with being someone with a little bit of seasoning behind them, right? Life experience. It's the problem with the young people. Don't listen to the older people that know, hey, there's a pothole you're going to go in. And if you go down this, you see all these potholes, we're trying to avoid you going down them. There's a reason. So I got that done. I got all the shorts, all the jokes, all the stuff uploaded to the end of the month. And the only thing I have to do tomorrow is upload the rest of the shout outs for the rest of the month. And then I'm all caught up with that. But I wanted to get that video done yesterday. It's really cute. I was really proud of myself. It'll be on my channel. It will also be on Gail's Southern Living. And the thing is that when that's out, I don't normally do a playlist with any other stuff but Blessed to Crochet. We don't do that. But I'm going to do it for this one, and it's going to say Fall Fest, and all of the channels that are participating are going to be within that playlist. And it will say within the playlist, if you watch this playlist, the only video, if you're trying to help us with watch hours, the only video that is going to give Blessed to Crochet watch hours, of course, is our video. You can help all the other channels, go and support them, go and show them love. Watch this whole playlist because you're going to be helping some other channels. But if you're trying to exclusively help us, go watch some of our other playlists. So I will do it because of the circumstances. You know, just because I want to be supportive of the fall playlist, and I want everybody that comes to our channel, for all the other channels that are participating in the Fall Fest, I want them to be in one playlist for my people too, so you guys can go. And the way Fall Fest works, and they're gonna start rolling out their videos September 2nd. Jason, if you can find Gail's Southern Living for me and put it in, or Mon or something in the description. If you go to her page, she's going to have Fall Fest 24 officially, okay? All of the people, all the channels that are participating in that giveaway are going to be underneath that playlist. You can comment underneath that playlist. There are rules. You have to be 18 or older. You have to be in the U.S. There's other rules. There's like 12 rules. I did them all in the video. Do not, thank you, Mon, do not copy and paste to each video. Do each put a comment on each one of the videos separately, its own individual comment, or YouTube will think it's spamming. You know, be respectful and all that kind of stuff. And then if you go through, and if there's like 40 different channels that are participating, or 50 or whatever, if you comment on all the ones you want to participate in, they're going to go ahead and on their channel, take that video, spin it on the YouTube giveaway thing, on the YouTube random picker, send that name for the grand prize, and we are also doing a semi-finalist, right? Semi-finalist, and I sent it to Gail today, but I have to send her 2 more soap caddies if she wants it. Then they'll take the soap, not the soap caddies, they'll take, we'll have a winner for the grand prize and a winner for the semi-finalist. Now, not every channel is doing the semi-finalist. We will send that over to Gail, okay? Then Gail will put all of those names on the wheel, and one lucky person is going to win all of the prizes from all of the channels contributing. Some are doing gift cards, and some are doing actual handmade items, and what have you. So they will receive, if there's 50 or 60, the grand prize winner will literally receive all of the 50 prizes. So that would be a great way to celebrate Christmas, I'll tell you what. And even if you're a content creator that's participating, you can still participate. Now, I won't comment on my own video, but I'm going to go and comment on the other videos. It's pretty awesome. So, go check it out. Be a great way to, do it. And I sent her 2, I didn't think about it, I guess, because of my head, but I should have sent her 2 extra soap caddies, but I'll send her 2 more. she wants. I sent her 2. I'll make 2 more and send them and say, you can send her an email saying, I'll send you 2 more you can use for people that share the most. Or send me the address and I'll send them off to them. It would be even better. So I sent you 2 soap caddies, and then if you want to use 2 soap caddies, just tell me and I'll send it to the person. And I think she's going to try to do people that are within Canada. So she's trying to get that together, but she has to have, I think, like 10 people or more that are interested in it. So, like Kim with My Other Keepers in Canada. So she can't participate in this one, but she's going to try very hard to she's going to put that out there. And she said if there's enough interest, she'll do one for Canada. So, anyway. So tomorrow I was thinking, Mocha has her wonderful vet visit. I never look forward to that. But last time it was even easier than all the other times. So be praying that it becomes easy. So tomorrow we have her vet visit. And then we have our therapist appointment. And then we have to go to Sam's Club and pick up 2 chickens. Because we're going to have like the rotisserie chickens when Patty comes here on Thursday. Really easy dinner. And then, what else? And then I have my pain management doctor. So I figured tomorrow night, because, and I have to give Mocha a bath on Thursday morning. Hi, Lydia. I was thinking on Wednesday night, depending how it is, I may bring out some more of those things and paint some more of those disc things white. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. I may end up doing that. I may not. We'll see. But I enjoy doing it with y'all, and I figure out I'm going to be a little anxious. And so, and then Friday is Christina and Patty's trail ride. When we called Christina and told her that we were going to make it happen. Actually, it was funny. I thought about it. I asked Patty if she wanted to do it, and she said yes. Christina messaged then my mom and said, what do you think? Or no, she was talking to my mom. She said, what do you think about Patty and I doing a trail ride, right? I'm like, daughter, you and I are too much alike, right? And then she was off. I knew she was off, and Patty was on the phone. And I have the recording. And so I said, Christina, how would you like to go a trail ride with Auntie Patty? And she goes, she was like so excited. I've got to figure out how to do it in a short. And my aunt said the sweetest thing. She said, girl, we're going to make some memories, girlfriend. And I thought that was so sweet. And Christina talked to her husband, and she said how important it was that it was just her and her aunt, and her husband understood. So I really appreciated that from him, that he understood. And let me tell you all, I did the whole thing, not reluctantly, but I did it with preparing meals and preparing them in bags and freezing them. Oh my goodness. They have been such a blessing. If you go check out the Plan for Success, I have the ladies' website in there if you're thinking, and she runs classes and specials and everything, but I really made an effort to kind of do that. And the other night, yeah, she will be here Thursday. The other night, past couple of nights, like I had it ready to go, and I was just able, we had yogurt marinated chicken on Sunday, and I just went to the refrigerator, pulled it out, and had it in the refrigerator, took it from the freezer to the refrigerator, and just put it in the oven. It was done. And then the other night, there's something in Greek culture called octolemical soup. Don't ask me to spell it. And it's actually a Greek lemon soup with chicken. Unfortunately, this girl can't have it, and I was never able to have it. We used to have it New Year's Eve. because that has tons of egg whites in it, which this girl can't have tons of egg whites. So when we had it, I would always have the privilege of having pizza or Chinese food or whatever it was because I couldn't have it. I tried it once and I started sneezing my head off. So they had the recipe for Greek chicken, lemon chicken, but it didn't have egg whites in it. It just had chicken broth, and then the chicken was marinated and put that in. And then, it took the lemon peel. Hi, my love. Took the lemon peel, put it in the marinade, right? With all the other things it told me to use for the marinade to freeze. But then they said don't put lemon juice in with that, because if you do that, sometimes it can make the meat tough. Wait until you're ready to cook it. So I put the whole lemon juice in, and I cooked it in the chicken broth in the crock pot. And then, I took orzo and took a cup of that and put it in there, and I added frozen spinach. It was absolutely delicious, right on points. And then we had naan bread, and we took half of that, and that's 4 points, and it was absolutely delicious. I'm glad. I'm glad. And I'm glad I can be a comfort. And I saw what you did, what you wrote on the lifeboat, and I know you're going through a difficult time, but that's no way to deal with it. I know that's what your head is saying, and I get that. But you're not going to solve anything. And we're here for you, and you know that, and we love you. So, but I'm telling you what, I can tell you honestly that I know. It's hard for it to be quiet, but you know what? I can tell you lately, I've been sleeping surprisingly well. I go to bed tired, and I think that's because I'm emotionally and physically worn out. And when my brain is racing with thoughts of Patty, when I just start thinking and my mind goes, and all the things that I know are going to happen, and this trip for her to come up here is wonderful, but there's a bittersweet sentiment about this, because this is the last. I have to stop myself the minute that I think about leaving her at the airport and seeing her walk away and not wanting to run and just hold on to her forever. I have to put that one in the trunk because I have no idea how to handle it. I'm going to be messy, and people around the airport are probably going to be looking at us like these people are nuts, and I really don't care. I will scream it to the rooftop. This is the last hug I will get on this earth from her ever. She walks away. She's here, but I will never be in one place with her ever again. On Saturday, she messaged me and said, I'm in so much pain today. All I want to do, she said, I'm in so much pain. I'm ready to go home. Y'all, I literally bursted into tears. I said, I know. I texted her back. I know, and I love you. This was Saturday. It is now Tuesday. I told my husband today. I haven't told my mother what she said yet. I'm sure she's told it to my mom. I could not utter it out of my mouth because I knew it was the truth, and I'm glad she's at a place where she's ready to go home. But it was very hard words to hear. And when I go lay down in bed, and Mona will tell you, she's had to fuss at me more than once the past couple of days Mary, you've got to rest. You have to rest. I've had to put someone on, like, yep, I've had to put someone on, like, Pup Groomer 20, Cricket, somebody talking to me. Not, I mean, I put all those calming things on for everybody, and that's great. And I did listen to the fish tank one night, which was very relaxing, I may add. I hope you enjoyed the fish tank. But I've had to have people talking to me. There's one gentleman I listened to, and I did do a channel shout out for him because it's an amazing channel. He's an Irish person, and he tells wonderful sleep stories. And as we get larger, the channel shout outs, those take a break channel shout outs will only be for channels that are especially 1,000 and below and 5,000 and below. But right now, I'm not too worried. There will be a time when we flip it. I'm just putting channels out there. But I don't know him. It's had to be people I know. Pup Groomer 20, I know. Jennifer. Cricket, I know. Tommy, I know. I've had to put on Kristen. I've had to put on people's voices that are important to me and that I know. Okay? And listening to them has stopped my brain for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, long enough for me to go to sleep. It has had to be people that I know, not some noise from some kind of relaxation, or, you know, the sleep story guy is great. It's had to be people I know that somehow it feels so comforting to say. Now, I don't know Jennifer 20 or Pup Groomer 20 personally. I've never met her, but I'm in her chat. She's been so sweet to me. And so just hearing her voice, she's a friend of mine. Cricket's a friend. Kristen's more than a friend, she's a sister. And so hearing those voices of people that I know feels like I've got a friend sitting there talking to me. And there's something really comforting to that. And it's helped my brain just kind of stop. Because otherwise, I'm sitting there with it going like this. Yesterday, I had a big day of getting things done, and I wanted to get done before Patty arrived. Now, I am 28 rows away from finishing this blanket, this temperature blanket, and I'm probably going to do it because I had about an hour's nap, so I'm not quite sleepy yet. But I had, I've just lost my train of thought. I just lost it. It just went right out the door. Yesterday was I did like one of those little to-do list on your phone, and I started checking things off. And I got everything done but one, which is the channel shout-outs all the way to the end of the month. I got them all the way done 2 days after Patty leaves, but everything else is done. And it helped me to do a checklist of everything that needed to get done because my mind couldn't keep track of it. It couldn't. Oh, Mona Love, believe me, I have got people that are reaching out going, are you resting? Are you taking it? Are you doing what you're supposed to? Believe me. And they're kicking my butt if I don't. But my back has been really, like, I was having sciatic trouble on Sunday. I didn't even go to church because I could barely walk. My back has been really affected by the stress this time around. I mean, it's just, my whole body hurts, but my back has not liked it. And I'm staying connected. I know you will. I'm staying connected. I'm not just I can't do this by myself. I can't get through it. There's no way. And I don't know if you all realize the importance of it's the thing is that she's kind of sitting there going, what do you say to somebody that's going to lose somebody they love? There's no words to say. There's nothing to say. I mean, I'm sorry you're losing somebody. I'm heartbroken for you. All those things are wonderful and they're precious. But just being there for me right now and hearing me, and I know I'm talking to my aunt probably to you excessively, but I'm not in my hole in the wall. I'm not in the hole in the wall not talking about it. I'm talking about it. I'm on the boat, and I'm sure everybody's like, oh, she's talking about her aunt again. Yeah. Hi, Dee Dee. Yeah. Because this sucks. As much as I want to see her, I really don't want to. In the same sense, it's just confusing because it's like, I'm going to see her, but then I got to give her that hug. Can I, can I, it's the finality of it. And I have to, one of the things I'm going to do, and I'm probably going to do it crying, is give her a hug and say, make sure you give this to Dad for me and Grandma and all the other people. And my goodness, that's going to be so hard. And I'm so sorry, Lydia. That's got to be so difficult, hon. We're all here for you. You know that. We love you. I can't imagine that. I want to see her, but I don't. How do you explain that one? Because I don't want to deal with the end part. And I have to. I have to deal with that. And, I was thinking as Tommy was talking tonight about being happy, and I'm thinking, I'm not happy right now. And you know what? That's perfectly fine. In the sense of, yeah, I put a smile on my face, but my body knows, Mary, you're under this much stress. Your level of stress is way over here. It's at the top. And I avoid stress with fibromyalgia like the plague. There's no way to avoid any of this. None. Not one bit. I just have to ride the wave and go through it, realizing I'm going to be hurting like heck. The best outcome? I can say this. I'm very grateful that my aunt many years ago, even through all of her, she had a very difficult upbringing. And she battled drugs and alcohol for many years. I am glad that she came to a saving knowledge of Jesus Christ. She knows where she's going. She knows who her Savior is. She got sober really and changed her life fully around in 2013. She's had the best 10 years of her life, and I look back at that with gratitude, because prior to that, in 2011, there was a situation. She had been divorced, and there was a lot going on, and my cousin was having issues, and she lived in Daytona and we lived in Florida, South Florida. And I had this undesirable, it was even earlier than that. It was probably 2010. So I had major surgery in 2010, somewhere around there. And I had this absolute calling, like I couldn't explain it, to go up and get my cousin and bring her down and let her have some kind of semblance of a life. She was, of course, grown at that point. And we had rented a car. We were going to go up and get her stuff and bring her down. She was going to be trying to get a yacht job. Well, on our way there, her mother and her had an argument. My cousin was the one who was arrested for it. She was released. We brought her home, down in Florida. That wasn't who we were supposed to help. We were supposed to help my aunt. Because I firmly believe inside of my little heart that if we had not brought my cousin down, who finally, something happened, I can't totally remember, but she eventually stopped living with us. And that was a whole mess in itself. I mean, it was horrible. It was so difficult to watch her go through everything. We then brought my aunt down because she was going to get a job in Boca Raton, West Palm, and she did, as a hairstylist. If we hadn't brought my aunt down with us to stay, she wouldn't be here. She would have passed in 2010. That's my firm belief. I had this drive like you couldn't believe. My dad couldn't understand it. My husband, nobody. We've got to go up and get her daughter. We have to go up and get her. We have to. It's just drive. But it wasn't for her. It was for my aunt. Because I think that she would have accidentally, not on purpose, probably OD'd in the house. And she wouldn't be here if it hadn't been for our drive to go get my cousin. Firmly believe that. Because there were times in our home where we had to call the emergency people to come, and I had to call the emergency people. I mean, there was one time, it was shortly after she came to live with us, and she was cutting meatloaf. And my husband says, Patty, what's wrong? And the next thing we know, she's falling in my husband's arms, and I'm having to call the paramedics. And she had gotten hold of something and was in quite a state. And I firmly believe, another time we found her on the floor, and my husband said, you got to go in there because she's not doing too good. And I mean, we were there to kind of help, and she kind of got some help, but then it wasn't till probably about a year or two later till she really got in with a place down there that was literally life-changing for her. She got help. She got healing. She dealt with her issues. She dealt with her past. She came out of that, and then she's been able to go back to that place for support. She goes back there for Thanksgiving dinner. She goes back for Christmas. She goes back and volunteers her time and does haircuts for the ladies there. And she has gone back and told her testimony and told her story. And she has just been an absolute inspiration there in the place that she got recovered for. Really, for her, she got real recovery in that place. She needed that place. And I just feel like if we hadn't gone down there and gotten my cousin, she wouldn't be here, because my cousin wasn't who we were supposed to help. It was her mom, but we didn't know that. And she'll even say, she said, God brought Josh and you all in my life. And she had gone someplace at one point. We were having issues again with her at one point while she was living with us. And she was in the car on her way back. And she said to us, she goes, she said to us, she was in the car, and I had about here. She said, I've got a prescription. Just imagine what the prescription was for. And I said, you get that filled, you're gone. You're out of here. And I knew she could go stay with my mom, which was 10 minutes away. And so she said, well, I'm going to go get it filled. I don't care what you say. Just this one last time. I just have 30 pills. One last time. I said, you fill it. You're done. You're out of here. She said, so she was on the phone with me all the way back from the hospital. And I just said, your stuff is getting packed right now. and you're out of here. And I called my mom and dad and said, you better come pick up your sister because I'm done. I told my dad, I'm done. I can't handle it anymore. You better pick up your sister. You better come because her stuff is getting packed and she can't stay here at all. And I knew my dad enough that he would put a loving fear of God in her in a loving manner, but he was going to be tough and exactly what she needed for a little bit, because he was just not going to put up with it. He loved her, but he could be a little tough cookie. And by the time and the hospital was only about 15 minutes away, so by the time she got back in our house, her stuff was packed. Her stuff was starting to be packed. I said, you're done. I started getting stuff out of the closet, started putting it in bags, and I said, you're out of here. And she finally realized it was serious, so she ripped out the prescription. I said, I don't care, you're gone. So we didn't talk for a while, probably for about, she took 3 or 4 months to, she was kind of really cold to me for a while, and rightfully so. She was angry. Words were said. She called me some things that weren't pleasurable. But later on, she said, thank you. She was thankful I did that. And then when she got, had more trouble with my mom down the road and my dad, she went to one place and it didn't work out. And then she, found herself in not a good place. And my mom just said, you've got to find someplace else because you can't come back here. And as hard as that was, and she wanted to come back and have a shower and, and just take a nap. And my mom knew if she came back, she was never going to leave. And she found this place that she's now, okay. And so she found this place that she stayed there for a year and got herself together and with their counseling, and it was a Christian rehab place, and she flourished. And then, like I said, she's been in the best place. And now with all of her cancer stuff, she's having to take the things that were her enemy, her nemesis. And the crazy thing about it is some of the medication she took a lot of and had such problems with, she can't handle it anymore. It actually gives her headaches, so she can't do that. So they've had to do other things to help her pain level. And of course, she is in pain. She's got cancer. And she's been in the best place. She's had a roof over her head, and she's worked, and she's just been a light to other people within that place she had got sober with. And she's ministered and told her testimony, and just, I'm so stinking proud of her. She is leaving this world. Yes, she's 65. She's young, but she's leaving this world in such a healthy place, in the sense of not healthy physically, but mentally, she's in a great place. And I'm so, so proud of her. And I'd love for her to come on and tell you all her testimony, but I don't think she can do that. So guess what? I'm going to tell her testimony one day, as best as I can. Because if you don't think that you can get healthy, if you're addicted to drugs and alcohol, you can. However you need to do it, you can. There's hope in the end of it. And that's a long way to your question. So the outcome is that she's going home. She'll see my dad. She'll see my grandma. She'll see her Savior. And one day I will see her again. But while I'm here, she will be missed. Because in reality, she's only 65. If she was healthy, she's been smoking her entire life. Most of her life. if she was healthy, she could be here another 20 years. So one day I'm going to be grandma. She won't be here to see that. She won't be here to be that person that drives me crazy. And in the whole part of this, I'm going to lose 2 people that I've loved tremendously. And the 2 people that are listening to this that have stepped in the role of aunt for my daughter, you guys have no idea what you're doing for that girl. Y'all, we don't need to be blood related to be sisters and brothers. We don't. I got sisters, I got brothers, and Tommy and Jason P. and a bunch of them on the boat. And you guys are helping me and my daughter and our family. And I'm so grateful. I'm going to have, Tommy had said one time, just message me, and I'm going to message him because I want to have a discussion about addiction versus dependency, because I think that would be a very healthy discussion between us. Because there are a lot of people on the boat that, like me, have to take certain medicine that they feel that because they're taking it, they're addicted. And they're not. They're dependent. I'm dependent on it, but I'm not addicted to it. I could leave it. And I do. And Mona will tell you, I'll be like, I'm hurt. And she goes, well, when did you have your last pill? And I'm like, oh, about 10 hours ago. You silly girl, go take one. You need to get out of pain. My husband will do the same thing. It's been 10 hours since you've had your last medication and you're sitting there hurting. Why are you doing this to yourself? I don't want to take the pill. Well, the only thing that works, so I don't have to be in agony. But one thing that I want to offer Captain Calhoun, if he'll allow me to, is I'd love to be able to come on the boat with him and tell the crew with Captain Calhoun, guys, connection. Do you realize the importance of it? Do you realize how important this is? Do you realize how people within my community stepped up? And Kristen shared my post, showed the message about what we're doing for Patty, which if anybody still wants to contribute, the links are there underneath the community post about it. And that helped. She spread it. She spread the post on her community tab and people reached out, which was amazing. And Patty thought that was so endearing that people didn't even know her, but they were surrounding her with love because they loved us. When we go get drama, right? Let me back it up a minute. You all realize when you are going out on any other platform to other channels, if there's not people within this group that are here, you are, if you're on the lifeboat and you're in the conversation, you are a crew member in good standing. When you go to another channel, there may be somebody in there. There may be nobody from the lifeboat. But there may be somebody in there that needs it. And you may say, hey, go check out this channel, the lifeboat. That may not happen within the chat. But if they come back to your channel, or they come back to the lifeboat, and they see you in there, if you're going to other channels and being disrespectful about the boat or anything else, when they come in the lifeboat, guess what's happening? They may recognize your name and say, oh, that person was in somebody else. They're praising the lifeboat here, but they're talking about it crazy over here. We are representing the lifeboat. When I go on anybody else's channel, I'm representing the lifeboat. When we do our stuff here, We're representing the lifeboat. I rooted in Texas. We're representing the lifeboat. We're crew members. We're showing the world what connection does, right? We're showing them the power of all this connection that's happening. When you're going through a difficult time, nobody suffers in silence. When we allow drama to come in here or the lifeboat, we're taking away from connection, which can become life-changing. I don't think I could get through this whole thing without having you all, because you're forcing me to stay connected. Hi, Dawn. You're forcing me to say, you can't be in there. If you're not hopping on here, which is understandable over this next week, we may be, I may be doing lives while we're going down to the Amish country and stuff. I may pop on just to say, hey guys, I need you for a little bit. Thursday is going to be really hard. Next Thursday is going to be hard. And I may choose to pop on a live as we're coming back from the airport saying, hey, I just got it. It's going to be hard. And the days after it are going to be hard. And when the news comes in that Patty's no longer here, it's going to be really hard. But connection, guys, is so powerful that when we're off of the boat in other YouTube channels, we have to remember what we're representing. Comes back to the boat. The ripples of the lifeboat are representing the lifeboat. Whatever anybody has done in their past. Good night, Mon. Sleep well, and I'll be going to sleep soon. I promise, I promise, I promise. Everybody has done in their past does not matter. It's what they're doing in their story from the time that they decided to change their lives till now. Look at Patty. Patty's story up until 2013 was a mess. She did some things that she was not very proud of. But it doesn't matter her story, right? Her past. It matters what she did after that. And after she finally became sober, her life changed tremendously. And she's leaving this world not, I know she would have loved to be able to leave this world without having any kind of pain medication in her. I know that. That's not the case. But she's managing it well because she doesn't want to go back to that, even in the midst of dealing with stage 4 liver and lung cancer. It's huge, guys. It's huge. And I'm doing things to prep. Good night, Janet. Thank you for hopping on. By the way, before everybody leaves, 120 watch hours away from 3,000. My hope is that at the end of this total time, Patty leaves, I go on and I see 3,000. And I could come on after Patty leaves, was sitting there going to you guys, we did it. We got to 3,000. Now let's get to the 4,000. And I thought it was really cute. I used it as the thumbnail tonight. And it was Mocha doing a lick. Her tongue was out like that. And I thought, we're so licking close. And we are. And there has been, if you guys haven't had a chance, living your best life after 60, she's been a rock star. I just met her like a week ago. Not even a week ago, like this past week. She was in somebody else's live. And that's one thing about going, especially if you're a small channel, going to others and meeting up with people. She's been running our playlist like you can't believe. And I am so grateful. I've been running hers. She's been running mine. She's a sweetheart of a lady. And I even donated 2 soap caddies on her giveaway because she got to 1,000. So the next step is getting to 1,000 subscribers and the 1,000 or 4,000 watch hours. But that would be so sweet if during Patty's visit that happens, and it sticks. And I got people working to make that happen. But I'm probably tomorrow. See, tomorrow. Usually I try to upload like another relaxation time on something. And I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and do that on Wednesday, which is today or tomorrow, whatever. And I'll do it tomorrow night so that it'll be good until. So I doubt I'll get another one up while Patty's here. I may, as I try to do it. I try to do it like I did one on Sunday. I try to do Wednesday and then Sunday, and I'm doing those for a while to start building up that catalog of those relaxation. I really enjoyed the fish tank. I don't know if anybody watched that. I know that the loop video was kind of the same fishies going around, but when you have a fish tank, right, you tend to have the same fishies going around because that's all that's in the tank. But I kind of turned that on today a little bit when I was trying to have just a rest. And that fish tank noise just was very soothing. And I thought I could find wind chimes, but I haven't been too successful in the wind chime hunt. I only found one wind chime, and the wind chime noise I haven't found. And you have to find ones that, of course, are no, no royalty or whatever. You like the fish tank? I thought that was so cool that I found that. I just loved it. I remember Christina had a fish tank in her bedroom when for a while there. She said it was very relaxing just to hear. She said if the pump wasn't running, she said, man, even with her dog, she said she loved that noise of the fish tank. That noise. She said she just found it very, very relaxing. So I really thought that was really cool. But I'll have to look around and see what next we're gonna do. But I think I'll probably do it Wednesday night, and then I won't do one until after Patty leaves. And I'm still gonna be on. We're going down to the Amish country on Monday, so I'll film that. If I get Patty to be willing to come on with me, I will do so. I don't think she said she lost any hair, so I don't know how well she'll be up to it. But if I have an opportunity, I will upload the video where we told Christina about the fact that she was going to go riding. Going to take plenty of pictures of that one. Oh, we're going to take plenty of pictures. And even the horse stable place that she's going for the trail ride said they've got it in the notes because they said they'll try to take several pictures while they're on the trail ride together, which is awesome under the circumstances. So I'm going to take my really good camera because if I could just get a picture of the two of them on the horses, that'll be awesome. And we talked to her the other day and we said, okay, just when you come in to meet Mocha, let us do Mocha, good night, rooted in Texas. Welcome. I was glad I could give you a shout out the other day. I think those shout outs are actually helping a lot. And I'm going to have, after Patty leaves, I'm going to have a little talk about kind of the larger channels. And that's what I don't want to forget as we grow. Is that if you have a large channel, try to come beside some of them. Hi, Stitch. Try to come beside some of the smaller channels. Don't look at their numbers. Don't look at the fact that may have 500 people or, 850 or whatever. Come beside them. Come on their channel. Bring your people. Go on. Have them come on your channel and introduce them to your people. And just give back a little bit. And I know for myself, I never want to forget that as we grow. Because as we grow, I'm going to be looking for small channels that we can just give a boost up. Just to kind of give back. Well, happy birthday. And so, I'm going to be doing something about that. I thought that would be a good topic. And I'm outside. I would raise our connection cake to you, but it's inside. And I'm not going to get off here. We have a blessed connection cake, and I would raise it to you if I was inside. But I don't have it. So here, I'm going to pretend, right? It's inside. I'm going to get one. And I don't think I can make one. Well, I could, but... Oh, July 25th? Well, you'll have to come back July 25th. And if I do a live, you'll have to come back shortly after that. I'll make sure you get the cupcake. It's a crochet cupcake that I always make sure that people get raised when they have birthdays. I'm going to make another one of the one I used for our show to keep in the car. Okay, Dawn, have a good rest, sweetheart. Hi, Kaylee. I'm going to make another one like I have for there that I can keep in the car. Hi, Alfonso. I sent out your cupcake today. Um, I have I'm going to make one that I can put in the car so that when we're traveling places like I did when we went for our anniversary, go to the Amish country, I take a bunch of pictures and put it in a short and say, "Blessed Connection Cake will travel." I thought that was funny. And Alfonso did a great job on the Blessed Disco Ball. The Blessed, oh, awesome. What a great amount of animals to love, huh? He did a great thing with the Blessed and the Disco Ball and the Disco Ball Warriors. And I've got it, and I will put it on some merch stuff for you guys, but that probably won't happen until after Patty leaves unless I can get it up without any frustration. But I have that. If people don't know what the disco ball, we say here that a disco ball is a bunch of broken pieces all put together to make a shining ball of light. You're not broken, you're a disco ball. Oh. Well, if you go look at our community tab or some of our shorts, you will see our dog. It's actually my granddog. It's my daughter's name. Her name is Mocha. And she is a Staffordshire Bull Terrier that was abused before we got her, and now she's loved. And so she is certainly our short superstar, that's for sure. But she is doing something right now for us, which I take some pictures of her, and I put one picture up under Mocha Watch because we're watching our watch hours. Trying to get them past the 3,000, and we're so close, so we're on Mocha Watch. So it's been a fun little thing. I think people have enjoyed it. So anyway, but my aunt was so funny. She sat there, she goes, "I'm looking forward to not being the humidity isn't here in Ohio like it is in Florida." She goes, "I'm looking forward to not go outside of my, my apartment, and I'm sweating to death." Because it's kind of chilly out here tonight, believe it or not. I can't wait for fall, y'all. I just cannot wait. I just cannot wait for fall. I really can't. I'm looking forward to the fall and the fall leaves and all that kind of stuff. I'm tremendously looking forward. If you haven't hit that button to come and be a part of our community, please do. Hit that like button. Yeah, so does Jason's wife. He does as well. Oh, I love fall. When it's fall, we're going to go down to the Amish country because it is stunning down there, y'all. It is just stunning. And I can't share that thing on video I did. My name is Mary. They started tearing up some trails where I live. They're winding the rivers and the creek. Oh, okay. I can't share the video with y'all till it has to come out for Gail's channel on December 2nd. But I'm very impressed with myself. with what I came up with. It was adorable. And I hope people enjoy watching it. I have a little sense of humor. It was funny because as I was taking stuff out to set up for it, I said, I feel like my kid. I feel like my daughter. I even said, I'll show it to you because I can show it to her. I showed it to my mom. She said it was really, you have a Stanley Cup. I have not been too much in the Stanley Cups. I have one Stanley Cup, and I don't think it's an actual Stanley Cup brand, but it's one I wanted. It is of Elvis, and it's my favorite jumpsuit he did was that he wore, because I'm a big Elvis fan, was the Hawaii special. I love the eagle beaded jumpsuit. Beautiful jumpsuit with the American eagle on the back. And that's my favorite jumpsuit. And I have a mug that I don't think is Stanley brand, but it's simulated or whatever. I can't think of the word, but it's on there. It's on the mug, and it's so cool. But I have got to order a lid from Amazon because that lid leaks, and I need to find one. You going to Disney World for your 18th birthday? I've been to Disney World several times. My grandparents used to take me every 2 years. It was wonderful. A lot of wonderful memories. I think that's the only way you're going to get me back in Florida. Is if my grandkids want to go to Disney World, I will go. But this girl is going to go on. I'm not a roller coaster person. Don't like them. I'll do the. Oh, for your first time, awesome. I'll do the Small World, and those are my kind of rides. I'm not a roller coaster. We went with a friend of mine. She lived next door to my grandparents, and her name was Kim. And we went to well, thank you. We went to my husband thinks so too as well. And I like that. Mr. Blessed to Crochet, right? And so we went to what was it? We went to Disney World, and she wanted to go on Thunder Mountain. And she said, "Believe me, Mary, it's slow." Okay. I trusted her. That was the big mistake. We went on this, and my grandmother's sitting with her, and my mother's sitting with me, and I'm literally having a conniption fit. Thank you. Conniption fit. I was screaming the entire time on the ride. Got off the ride, and I looked at my friend. She was my bridesmaid at my wedding. And I looked at her and I said, "Kim, you better run for your life, because when I get a hold of you, I'm going to clobber you." Oh, I could have clobbered her. Oh, I was so mad at her. Never went on Thunder Mountain again. Ever. I literally, oh, I was so mad. She said, "It's slow." No. And I love Pirates of the Caribbean. But every time you went there, they made that drop into the water always bigger. I don't know how many stuffed animals. Probably a lot. My daughter has stuffed animals. I gave her all mine. They seem to make the drops like bigger and bigger. Like, they seem to every year, it was like every couple of years it was like, okay, well, this drop wasn't that big the last time around. I knew it was coming and I could handle it. That was about my limit. I just said to her, "Give me a better run, because when I get a hold of you, I'm going to clobber you." That was, I never went on that again. My dad loved Splash Mountain when he went, but I'm just not a riding person. Well, that's good. Stuffed animals are fun. And I think that a lot of those rides that go fast, this is my belief, is I'm an asthmatic. So that I don't always get it, but when your chest is tight because you're having difficulty breathing and your asthma is kicking up, you kind of get that same feeling like you get when you're on a roller coaster. It's like that panic feeling, and you're excited, and your heart's racing, all that. And that to me is the most uncomfortable feeling in the world. I don't like that, and I think that that's why I'm not somebody that likes roller coaster. Like I said, I'm a small world kind of girl, and I don't mind it. I do not want to go on a roller coaster at all. Oh, read back in September 2017, which to me is once in a lifetime experience, because I don't think I would be able to afford to travel. Oh, wow. That was me amazing. I wanted to always go on one of them with the Swiss Alps with the trains, and the trains have the open thing where you can lie there. When we came back from our trip, we went for my goddaughter's wedding. We went from Deerfield Beach to Pensacola, Florida. No, Pensacola. What's that? It wasn't Pensacola. It was, oh, I can't remember. It was something up in near St. Augustine. I can't remember what it is now. We went there. Then we went to Gainesville. Then we went to St. Augustine. Then we went back to a place I can't remember right now, right? And then we went home. Well, on the way home, we took the train up there. We rented a car and then we came back. And I loved the train. It was really nice. On the way home, our train car was so cold. And whenever I go to a hotel, I always bring a sheet with me because I want to smell my laundry detergent and my home kind of scent, you know. So I always bring a sheet. Well, mind you, we had myself and Christina, and we had Jordan, which was my daughter's service dog, autism service dog. And I pulled out, I had packed the sheet in one of the bags that was close to us for some reason because I was just packing up everything. And I pulled out that sheet. We were literally like popsicles. Jordan was underneath the blanket on the floor. Christina and I were wrapped up in the blanket. I mean, it was so cold. I don't know what they did with that dang on thing, but we were freezing. It took me hours to warm up after I got off that train. Oh my gosh. And it was so funny because the lady was fussing at us. She goes about the bags. And she took one of our bags that we had because I guess she lifted it. I guess to her it was too heavy. And so she took it to go weigh it. And the guy came back and said, "It's underneath the weight by 1 pound. You're fine." Oh my goodness. That's a lot. But if that's what makes you happy, that's good, right? I was just sitting there going, she was not happy to find out that he said, "Don't worry, your suitcase is 49 pounds and the weight limit was 50. I was like, I was nice about it, but she wasn't very nice to us about it because she was not happy. And I was like, well, we're doing our best here. I mean, we have 3 people traveling at that point, it was almost a 10-day trip. We spent one day in, I can't remember that dang on town. It wasn't Pensacola. Palaca. It was Palaca. We spent a night in Palaca, 2 days in Gainesville, 4 days in St. Augustine, and a day in Palaca, I think. So we didn't go back to Gainesville. So it was 1, 3, 7, 8, like 8, 9 days for traveling in the middle of August heat. And it was so funny when we went to St. Augustine because we had little, oh, that's good, right? A birthday cake ice cream's good. We had, because mind you, a dog's paws, especially when you have a service animal, the heat in Florida, it can burn the bottom of their paws. So when we took Jordan out for the day, we literally had to bring water with us, okay? Bottled water, but bigger than this, and put it in our bag so that we could dump on him outside the hotel. We doused his vest. We got his little booty things for his feet. Those were soaked in water. We doused him. He was a black dog in the middle of August heat. And halfway through, when his skin started to dry out, we do it again. That dog saw the darn shoes coming out. He ran underneath the sheets. He saw the water bottles going out. He was just looking pleased because he was not, first of all, autism service dogs are trained to avoid water. They do not like it because they do not know why autistic individuals gravitate towards large bodies of water, but they do. He did not like water. He was a lab, but he did not like water. And he was trained to actually keep her away from water, even though it was one thing she didn't do. And he knew that was coming, and man, he hated it. But we had so many people stop us saying, "Those are such cute beauties. We can't believe you're putting them on your dog's feet." They were shocked. They were so surprised. And yet we got so many other comments. There was a lot of comments of, "Good job. good dog owners, that you're putting those on your dog's feet. Well, he's walking around in 90-degree heat in the middle of St. Augustine, Florida, in the middle of August. Yeah, we're going to put things on his feet. We didn't do it so much in August, but it was cooler then. It was much cooler. But in the middle of August, that would burn the bottom of his feet. And and if it was nighttime, we didn't put them on because it was cool enough. But during the day, yeah, he was doused with water. And he had the things on his feet. And people were just like, oh my goodness, that's awesome that you are making sure you protect his feet. Well, of course. People know how much training, and I mean, we raised $15,000. $15,000 from Jordan, or $15,000 was raised for Jordan. Yeah, we're going to do everything we can to protect him. But people don't realize the amount of training that goes into these dogs. There's a lot of training and expense. A lot. And so, there was a lot, but we did it, and I'm glad he was in service for as long as he was. He was a blessing to my daughter, and I'm forever grateful. But that's a great way, if it's the middle, if you have a dog, especially if you have a dog that's darker colored fur, like Mocha. If we're going to take Mocha out, we will wet her down. And we don't ever take her out in the middle of the heat. But if we take her out when it's hot, and you're going to take your dog out, the best way, and that's what we were told by the vet, the best way to avoid, I know, I see you, the best way to avoid getting them heat stroke for any dog that especially has dark skin is soak them down before you take them out. Get the hose on them, soak them. You don't want to take them and soak them after they've come in from that, because you will put them you could really hurt them. You don't want to take an overheated dog and dump water on them, or give them any ice, or have them drink any water, especially because then they could bloat their stomach. But before you take them out in the heat, then you douse them with water. Well, they're the same temperature they are inside. You literally douse them with water. Then their skin is wet, and they will absorb that, and they will stay cool. And then when their skin starts drying out, you put a little bit more water on, and you keep that. And it was a great way to keep them from overheating. Well, Mary is a popular name, and I'm telling you, we moved to Ohio, and I found more Marys than I did ever living in Florida. So I was nicknamed. All right. Thank you for stopping in. Well, I'm good. I'm glad, Dee Dee. I'm glad. And that's what it all comes down to, you guys, connection. I'm about ready to head off. I'm going to go give this a try, and I've got 28 rows to finish before I go to bed for this blanket, because I'm so close. But I wanted to hop on before all the craziness starts with Patty. I know you guys will be here for me this week. I know it. You're going to be there for me here. You're going to be here for me on the boat. You're going to be here. And I know when things get a little frazzled, or when the emotions get too much, I can just pop this thing on, and I know you guys will be here because you know what's going on. And I can't thank you all enough from the bottom of my heart. You guys are amazing disco balls, and I love you, all of you. So, love you all tremendously. I need some sleep too, and I want to get this done. I've decided I'm not going to bed till this is done. Shouldn't take me much longer to whip about the 28 rows, right? At least I hope. If I get too tired, then I'm going to go to bed and I will finish it tomorrow. But that was my goal, to finish the blanket before she came. So thank you all for hopping on. I just thought it would be a good idea to hop on, let you kind of see where you are, get some more watch hours in. Thank you all for your help with that. And I'm telling you, what a blessing that'll be if I could say, we did it. We did it. Just got to find somebody that can help me with the emojis, because that'll be another thing that we can do. And I certainly want people to kind of, when it comes to the memberships, you kind of tell me a little bit. I kind of know what I want to do, but I also want the community's input on it, on stuff. So we'll discuss about that, because I very much want to do the membership surrounded by what you guys are looking for. And you guys want them in, and price point, all that. I want it to be a community thing, not just me deciding what it needs to be. So I want you guys, I want your input in it, and that will certainly be a live that we will do. So I want your input. So thank you all. Stay connected. We got you covered. I don't have Scott to sing us out because I'm on the YouTube thing. But remember, be proud of being yourself. There's only one you, and everybody else is taken. So be proud of being yourself, because I know I'm proud of you, and God is too, and he loves you. So that's awesome. So I'm going to say good night. Thank you all for coming in. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button, or the dislike, whatever you choose. Hope you hit the like button. Come back and comment after the video's over, and start. If you want to go back and watch some of our stuff, go ahead and do that. Thanks a bunch. Have a great night. And make sure, too, you're checking out the community tab, because there's new channels popping up on there as we're putting Take a Break. There are new channels popping up for you guys to go check out. I hope that will be helpful. So check out the community tabs in our channel, as well as when you hop on other channels, go check out their community tab too as well. Let's get that community tabs a little bit more popular than I think it is, but we can do that, right? We can make the community tab a thing, right? All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Stay connected, and we got you covered. Bye, y'all.